Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Alexis. I know, long time no speak. Thank you to all 150 of you who have come back and continue to support me, even though I can be very unpredictable with uploading schedule. Just before we hop into this video, I do want to address that. What prevents me from uploading sometimes and actually creating content is I feel like we kind of have this narrative around what a content creator should look like and what that entails. So a lot of the times when I'm on YouTube, I'll see people who, mainly women, who are wearing makeup, have their hair done all the time in every video, have pleasant looking backgrounds that aren't distracting, whether that's just like their living space or they actually have a background. And so it always makes me compare myself to them, and I'm like, I don't want to put out any content if it's not like that. You know what I mean? Very crisp and clear, which obviously that is important. Sound quality is important. But I think the more mundane things as far as the background and how you look aesthetically isn't more important than getting information out to people. And I try to remind myself of that, but it is very easy to compare yourself and think that that is the standard when that's not the case. There's a lot of good YouTube videos I've seen where it's just women in their natural face, natural hair, just talking, plain boring background. And so I think as a society, we should maybe take the focus off of that and just receiving information and enjoying people for who they are and not what they look like or what they're wearing. Just my little tidbit. I'll definitely put the timestamp of when this video actually starts below for my impatient people. I know I can be like that sometimes, but that's just my little rant, and that is really my explanation as to why I haven't been on as often. Is really just the background, and I don't like recording when people are in my home just because I already feel awkward. So yeah, that's really why I have been gone for basically 3 months. But anyway, hopping into the video. So my experience with working with Intuit, aka TurboTax. So I have been working with the company for 7 months now. Yeah, 7 months. About 6.5 months. I got hired towards the end of February. And so I found out about the position just through Indeed. I have been doing taxes for 5 years now. It'll be 6 years next year, so about 5.5 years. And completely enjoy doing taxes. I love anything accounting and finance related, as you can tell from my channel. So yeah, I was in the market for a new position, just because I've worked for other big name companies that you probably know of. I won't name names, but I worked for them, didn't enjoy their ethics, didn't enjoy working for the companies themselves. So I decided that I would branch out and do my own thing this year, but I wasn't really sure how to go about it. And so rather than taking the leap, I thought, let me go ahead and check Indeed really quickly before I take that step. And it just so happened that I saw a post for remote tax associate with Intuit. I was like, yeah, let's do it. So I go through the hiring process. It took about probably 2.5 weeks total from the time I applied to me finding out that I got the position. I wouldn't say it was rigorous, but it was more involved than other jobs, and it makes sense because they are one of the more highly rated companies. I can't remember what number they are in like workplace happiness. I'll put it somewhere here wherever I can fit space, but they're pretty high up there. They're ranked pretty high, and for good reason. So I believe initially I took some kind of like the assessments that they have you take just to see if it's a good fit. Clearly passed that. And then I was reached out by a, hiring manager? Hiring scout, I think is what they're called. When they do the hiring for the company itself. They reached out to me, kind of went over everything to expect as far as pay rate, what the expectations are for the hourly, as well as with this position we would have to be on camera speaking with people. So they just went over the expectations, so there's no surprises on either end, as well as how long training would take. Training for me, I started at the end of February and got on the phones mid-March, so it was probably about 3 weeks for training, and most of it was self-paced, online. And then they did have 2 classes you had to take that were recorded, and you had to be on Zoom for. And they did actually offer, actually, nope, it was 2 weeks. I remember why. Because they offered an incentive. If you could get it done by a certain day, they would give you a bonus. So that was the. Sorry, you may have noticed I'm in a different location. My hair is different. Why? Because this is my 8th time trying to record this video. I went to edit it and half the video was gone. And then the first half, it's like cut off. So I apologize. But yes, so I left off talking about the incentives. So Intuit is a company that does not believe in like mandatory overtime or things of that nature. They actually believe in incentivizing their employees whenever they need them to work more hours. And so they do this, they have a bonus structure. So where if you work 4 hours additionally from when they need it, you can get a $25 gift card to wherever you choose based on like a list of like 50 places. If you work 8 hours, then you get a $50 gift card. So really nice, and they offer this often, like very often. I think my whole time being there, I made about $450 just off of incentives alone. So it's really awesome. And they, like I said, they offered them all the time. It wasn't just limited to like a certain number of people. It's whoever participated in the hour selection. The 4 or the 8 hours, you got that bonus or that incentive. So it was really nice. So on top of the incentives, Intuit also has a bonus structure. And again, what I liked about management, especially with my manager, they actually try to push you to get the entire bonus because it is staggered in a way that if you don't qualify for one part of the bonus, that doesn't disqualify you from all of it. You just wouldn't get as much. And so the managers were kind of equipped in a way to make sure that you can maximize the entire bonus that you're eligible to get by sending out reminder emails, reminder meetings, showing you your progress for the bonus. Like they were just very on top of it, and it wasn't like it didn't feel exclusive. Like it felt like you actually had the opportunity to get the entire bonus of $2,000. And for me personally, I did get that entire bonus just because my manager helped me and stayed on top of me with certain things. There's an hourly requirement to the bonus, and he would message me to say, hey, you're like 2 hours shy from qualifying, what do you want to do? And then just kind of push me to making sure I got the hours that I needed for that bonus. So I did like that. I really, really liked that. I really appreciated that. Just honestly, Intuit was really a great place to work. Whenever I was on a call that I didn't feel comfortable with, or I didn't know the answer to the tax question being asked of me, just because I don't have a whole bunch of experience like a seasoned tax professional, there's always many channels and resources of how to find that answer and feel confident in that answer. I'm mainly going to more seasoned tax professionals who are always very helpful, very sweet, very kind, make sure that you have the correct answer, and also tell you how to get there, so you're knowledgeable about how you went about getting the answer that you needed. So honestly, like I said, can't talk about them highly enough. Sorry guys, it's like like I said, 10th time trying to record this, so I've said things so much I can't remember what I've already said in the video and what I haven't said. But yeah, so just going really quickly, I talked about how I found the job, talked about training, talked about the incentives, which is always important, right? The channels that you can get and resources to find your answer. Like I said, very sweet coworkers. It's a lot of camaraderie within Intuit. I never really ran across anybody who, like a coworker who had a bad attitude or like I didn't really like. Everybody's pretty friendly, and they enjoy their job and enjoy working for Intuit. My management was awesome. Shout out to you, David, if you're watching. I don't know what that was, but David was awesome. David was really awesome. He was a great manager. There's ever a time like I messed up on a call, which, side note, it is a call center position. Think call center for tax questions. If you ever used Intuit and had a question about your own taxes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. People will call in and just ask like, has a return been sent to the IRS yet? Why am I not getting these credits? How do I go about doing something? This, that, and the third. And so if I ever had a call that didn't really go that great, which honestly barely ever happened, David wasn't the type to be like, you know what I mean, like very much negative energy about the situation. He would just address it, ask me what happened, actually listen to my side of things and have empathy, and then he would volunteer to reach out to that customer to try to smooth things over. But like I said, that probably happened once or twice max. And then he was also very quick to give me a pat on the back and reward me, give me a job well done whenever I did something right, which is also very often. He would send me an email just to, hey, great survey score, or I listened to this call, you did amazing, you're awesome, blah blah blah. So just like I said, great management. And then segueing into management, Intuit is also a company that you can grow at. This is my first season with Intuit, and towards the end I was offered a position or the opportunity to become a tax lead next year, which is basically like a person who provides support to the tax expert, me being the tax expert. So it's kind of the next tier, or the next step from being just a tax expert. And so like I said, a lot of opportunity to grow. You won't stay stagnant for long with Intuit like you can with a lot of other companies, not even just in the tax realm, but just as a whole. I know that it can be hard to advance, but not with Intuit. They do promote within, so I think that's important to mention. So overall, I think I went over everything. Overall, Intuit's a really great company to work for. If you ever have the opportunity to work for them, see a position open, I highly encourage that you take advantage of it. I do believe right now, QuickBooks, they are hiring for QuickBooks. When I looked on Indeed just a little bit earlier, so there's definitely an opportunity now to jump on any opportunities that you may see, should you be interested. But yeah, that is pretty much all I have to say about Intuit, guys. Like I said, overall, great company to work for. Take advantage of it. And yeah, so peace and love, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for my next video. They'll be coming out a lot quicker, more consistently.